This summer, one young man will discover what it means to fuck around and find out. Adam was just a young boy growing up in Britistan. Best friends with Devon and... what's my name today? Xander, I guess. Fucking... who lived in USA-istan. One day, Adam traveled over to the Usistan with a bunch of money he inherited from his father's Fleshlight dynasty. But they would come to find out that money was a lot dirtier than they thought. Conspiracy, mobs, crime, fatherly betrayal, brotherly love, hate, love again. This summer, and this summer only, because this is Disney, and we're never gonna release this shit ever on DVD, so get it while it's hot in theaters. Insert title here.
Amazing. That was amazing. The entire time you were doing that, I had that song Superman stuck in my head. You know, the one from Tony Hawk?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I thought he was going to go for a Philadelphia joke, because like that was the first city I lived in over here. I mean, to be fair, he kind of did with the brotherly love joke.
Yeah. The only history of you I know is Star Trek Unity.
Well, the first city I lived in over here was Philadelphia. We haven't told, the fuck around and find out is the adopted slogan of Philadelphia, and since I am an adopted child of Philadelphia, I very much fit in. Let's just say that. Accent aside, I can order a cheesesteak in fluent Philadelphian, and I will tell you to fuck off 7 ways from Sunday in fluent Philadelphian.
Nice. Oh, speaking of Superman, is that the song by Third Eye Blind?
I think so. It's the one that goes do 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 do. Yeah.
No, okay. I think the one you're thinking of is legitimately called Superman, and the one I'm thinking of is Kryptonite.
Yeah, it's called Kryptonite by Three Doors Down, not Third Eye Blind.
Dude, they all have a 3. Okay, the only one that I can distinguish out of all of them is 3 Days Grace. Okay.
That's probably the worst one of the lot.
What?
Fuck out of here.
Okay.
He's not shitting on Analyze.com. He is not shitting on Analyze.com.
He is allowed to not like it. He is allowed to not like it.
Fuck
That's
off.
fine.
That is like the cringy emo anthem of whatever fucking year that came out. Like every kid who thought they were edgy or I'm 14 and 16 has that fucking song on their playlist.
So you're painting your perception of the fans and shit onto the album, which is like, I guess legitimate because fans ruin a bunch of shit for everybody all the time. But
That's
like
true.
that album is about drug addiction and withdrawal.
Yeah.
And so a bunch of these weird fucking like, okay, I call them weird. I was one of them. A bunch of these fucking, a bunch of these fucking cringe ass people who didn't realize cringe was a thing yet, fucking like
Pre-cringe.
swarmed around it and were like, I'm gonna put my middle class anxieties and project it onto this album and make it, instead of being about recovering from drugs and what the addiction did to and ravaged those around me, and how the recovery itself is so much more painful than taking the drug and all that other cool ass deep introspective shit. I'm gonna make it about how my dad doesn't like me.
I'm gonna make it about how I
My
punch holes
daddy
in the
didn't
basement
give me the
wall.
golden Game Boy for Christmas. He does not love me. He did not give me the gold iPhone. He did not give me the gold iPhone. He gave me the brand new iPhone, but not the gold.
Actually, I know we're shitposting right here, but low-key, Golden Game Boy actually sounds like a hell of a project. Like the NWC 1990 Gold Cart, but as a Game Boy.
That does sound really neat, but let's go back to what we were talking about just a second, because I actually really do like 3 Days Grace.
Oh, I don't want to have a 3 Days Grace debate.
No, we're not gonna have a 3 Days Grace. I just want to say I really
Hello,
enjoy
I am the debate, bro. You say the 3 Days of Grace is not good. However, I say 3 Days of Grace is the true socialism. Checkmate, atheist.
I'm just saying it's a good band.
I love them.
I was like, I really like 1X. I think it's a good album.
Yeah.
Life Starts Now is pretty good too.
I don't care for the first album too much. I only really remember like two albums off there, 2 songs off of there. I think one's called Burn, which is the title, like the first track, and then I Hate Everything About You. That is, and everybody knows the fucking song.
I hate everything. I fucking hate that band so fucking much.
Fuck you, Adam. I like that fucking song and that band.
The thing I like most about this discussion right now is that every single time one of us starts like singing the thing, I'm just gonna pitch shift it.
He's gonna be a little piggy. Everything about you. My dad didn't love me. No, mine didn't love me either, but I got the fuck over it. Stop being a bitch.
Yeah, that one's also about drug addiction. But I mean, like, the lyrics to that one do make me go.
What year were they like starting to get popular in? Because keep in mind, I'm a little bit older than these guys, so like.
You're by like a
year and a half. That's like a year and a half
Bro,
between the
you're like
maturity
what,
of
30?
I'm 29, you little shit.
We're both 28.
Yeah, like, my 2 years, right, between 14 and 16, in terms of cringe, is a lifetime.
No, it's not.
There's a reason why the subreddit is called I'm 14 and this is deep, not I'm 16 and this is deep. By the time you hit 16, you've usually got a little bit of self-awareness, I think.
No, you don't. There are 16s out there who have no fucking self-awareness.
There's no such thing as fucking self-awareness.
I work at a fucking escape room, dude. I have seen all kinds of people come through there, and many an age, and all of them have a single modicum of self-awareness sometimes.
Do you think I come out here with this weird-ass voice and this fucking weird-ass face and this fucking weird fucking mangly body that bends in all these stupid fucking weird ways and that just fucking convulses in the middle of nowhere if you shine a fucking shiny little bright light at me and I have any fucking modicum of self-fucking awareness on me? No, if I had self-awareness on me, I probably would just fucking stay indoors all goddamn day.
See,
that's not fun.
I never used to worry about myself. I've had some, but like when you live in a foreign country, your self-awareness goes through the fucking roof because you're aware you're different and you're aware you stick out.
You know, I forget all the time that you're not American because goddamn, you're ignorant as fuck.
Oh shit! I was like, how can you not?
I didn't mean that.
How can you not tell? Have you heard his fucking accent?
Jesus Christ!
I didn't mean the ignorant part.
That went
So it
straight
started
through
to
the
sound
chest,
like-
out the back, clean entrance and exit wound, just dead. I'm done.
So it sounded
it's like that meme with the chick yelling and the daggers are coming out of her mouth.
It was starting to sound like too much of a compliment that he was starting to assimilate too much, and I had to like, oh no, fuck. Sorry, I can't actually be like, I forget you're not an American, because honestly, that's a bigger insult than telling you you're fucking ignorant.
It's like,
You're not ignorant.
A lot of the family I've got out here have stopped even noticing the accent. It's kind of funny. Until like a certain word comes up, and then they're just like, say that again? I'm like, here we go.
Oh yeah, Chicago.
Try to get you to say squirrel.
What, squirrel? There's 2 R's in it, squirrel.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. You know, I should get like some old English town names for you and try to get you guys to pronounce them at some point. Because like, you gotta look
Worcestershire.
at like... Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
You know what? And I know he's shitposting, but like an actual war crime I witnessed on live television once was some American chef fucking around with that stuff. And I forget what they were making, but they pull out a bottle of it, and the guy goes, "Yeah, here we have Worcestershire," and he just like has like a collective like aneurysm and seizure at the same time trying to pronounce this, and I'm just watching it in my head and my hands going,
bro, that is okay. To be fair, okay, that's one thing. But like sometimes when I'm like recording for something and I see a word I've never had pronounced to me before, I just sit there. I'm just like, how the fuck do I say this? Like I'm just like, bro, I cannot. Like my brain freezes, and then I think back to like when Yuri Lowenthal tried to pronounce Ouroboros and Tiger and Bunny, and he just goes Ouroboros. And I'm just like, no, it's Ouroboros.
Okay.
But he kept saying like Ouroboros.
Listen, I'm the kid that pronounced the word right, as in my right hand, rig hit, until I was fucking 9 years old. And I knew better after a certain point, but it was just because it pissed me off enough that my parents wouldn't just let me have it once. So I'm like, nah, we put a rig hit up next to the fucking fire seal. Also, editor's note, pause for a sec. Adam, I'm very sorry about the joke earlier. I love you and I didn't mean it.
It's fine, I burped already, so like I would have given you way more work than you need.
Okay. I want to make sure that you understand,
Xander,
for my own anxiety's sake, that I love you.
Xander, this is a relationship based on TLA. You may keep this in the podcast. TLA, meaning it's tender, it's loving, and it's abusive. And everybody gets shit.
The A can also stand for anxiety.
Yeah.
A also
understand
stands for anal.
Understand that if I like you, I will make fun of you, and I'll expect you to make fun of me back.
It's true, he does.
Yeah. Devon has known me for a bit longer than you have, and will 100% confirm that. Yes, this is how I operate. This is how Brits operate.
The only thing that's better than him making fun of me and me making fun of him is when we collectively make fun of someone else together.
Oh, that's the best.
When we like collectively dunk on someone.
God.
It's just like that scene from JoJo where they're just kicking the shit out of the guy. And it's like Adam's like over there with the wine. Boom!
just casually put down the wine. I'm like, all right, boys, here we dunk it on today.
I love it.
God, fucking
damn it. That's what our whole friendship is based upon.
Just tender loving abuse.
I used to be a lot more fucking insulting and shit, like back in the day before I moved, like, especially with Devon and shit, like to the point of verbal abuse.
See, that's like just crossing the line at that point. Like, you're still gonna be funny.
And like,
no, it's always funny though.
Yeah, like it was always framed as jokes and shit, but then like, I don't know, over the fucking years and shit, like, especially the way I said things to certain people who like weren't necessarily ready for that kind of stuff, like makes me, I don't know, like a little more like, oh god, oh shit, I don't want to do it, I don't want to hurt them.
See, this is what we call self-awareness, and this is why you don't listen to 3 Days Grace anymore.
No, I still listen to 3 Days Grace.
Come full circle, baby.
Actually, Adam, if we're circling back to 3 Days Grace, I listened to Life Starts Now last night.
Yeah, I listened to that album also yesterday.
See, well, nice.
This morning though, on my way to work, I was in a mood, and I started playing Heavy Day from Guilty Gear because I love that fucking song.
I would start doing mouth noises to it, but I don't want to get copyright claimed.
Right, but then on the way home from work, it was still playing that playlist. It was playing, metal songs from video games.
Nice.
And it started playing fucking Rip and Tear by Hey! I was like, yeah, baby. I'm like going 70 down the highway, and that's just playing. I'm like, must not speed up, I must speed.
I remember like having, I have the actual soundtrack on CD, and my last car, the Accord, didn't have Bluetooth, so the easiest way for me to play music was to put the CD in there. I have the CD. It's a great CD because it's got like a nice fold out like art and everything. But like, I remember having a really bad shift at work one day, and I was coming back from a bit further up north towards Ville for that hour drive. So to cut this long story short, this is back when I was doing brand ambassador stuff, and someone was trying to take my store, because it was an easier commute for them. But I'd already done that, already made the relationship, and it was already doing really, really well. They sort of swapped me out, and this person tried to push it through. And I shot it down hardcore, and the manager of that store also shot it down when proposed with it. But I was just still pissed off about it. I was somewhere like getting on, like remaining very calm, going through the easy pass to exit, entrance, so getting on the highway, and then just Rip and Tear starts up. I start punching my fucking steering wheel, just in the beat with it, and I'm like, fuck! And that is like I said, these two know it takes an awful lot to get me angry. Like, it takes an awful lot to actually get me legitimately angry.
Yeah, I rarely have ever seen you actually angry. Me, on the other hand, I'm so easy to get pissed off. It's, oh my god. Like, I've gotten better about it over the years. Like, I used to get mad at the drop of a hat. But, like, I think ever since moving and just, being out here and where I'm at now, I've really toned the fuck down. So, still get mad. Don't get me wrong, but now it's just like it takes a little bit more than it used to piss me off.
If you want to set him off instantly, by the way, just spell his name with an I instead of an O. That's an instant way to make him want to kill you.
No, okay. You know how like people like to joke that Starbucks will spell your name wrong on purpose,
dude?
So I went
to a story about this, but I'll go first.
Okay, so so it's not Starbucks, but I went to this taco place here in San Antonio.
Taco Del Taco?
No, it's called Tommy's. It's a really good taco place. No. I got it. Yeah.
Taco?
No. So much food, no much money. I got it.
No, Taco Del Taco.
Taco Del Taco?
Taco Del Taco.
I don't think there's a Taco Del Taco here.
Taco
I'll look.
Taco.
Shut the fuck up.
Xander, you're in no position to be talking about tacos, okay?
Anyway, I went to Tommy's and they have really, really good tacos. Like, so fucking good. They've got tacos that have like barbacoa, and I don't know if you guys know what barbacoa is.
I do.
But barbacoa down here is the shit.
I believe it.
Yeah, whenever you come visit, we're taking you to Tommy's because that's like some of the best. My wife makes some killer barbacoa. But back on subject here. So I went to this taco shop, and I ordered my food, and they spelled my name on my bag, Daven.
Devon.
That's so fucked. That's
Well, they found a red
remotely-
dwarf or something, and they thought your name was Davros.
I don't know. I was like, what the fuck? It's not hard to spell my name properly. Just think of the band Devo with an N at the end.
Just think Holy Diver, which was better covered by Killswitch Engage, if I'm honest with you.
Oh, God. Are we going to keep talking about music on this one?
Maybe, but before we go back to that, speaking of... So I've got a very simple name. My name is Adam. You know, how do you spell that? A-D-A-M. Yeah.
ADIM.
Would you like that? Would you like a
ADUM.
list of variations of how do people spelling Adam? And it only ever happens in Starbucks. It doesn't matter if I'm happening here or back in the UK. I try to not go to Starbucks because I don't like them as a company. Like, pay your fucking taxes. But I've had EDAM, as in Edam, like the cheese. I've had ADEM. I've had ADDAM. EDDEM. ADDEM, and then another one which was EDDAN, like Edam.
I have ADD too.
I've also had Aiden. I'm like, who the fuck is Aiden?
My friend's kid's name is Aiden.
Like, that's big fucking satirical, you fucking wanker.
I have so many friends. And whatever, who cares?
But yeah, I'm like, how the fuck? It's not even like I go when it's busy. Like whenever I get coffee, it's usually just me, and like my coffee order is beautifully simple. I think I've spoken to Devon and Xander about this before. It's just black coffee.
Your coffee order is Beautiful Joe.
It could be because Beautiful Joe's is classic as a nice old steaming cup of black coffee.
Hot take. I haven't. Well, it's not really a hot take. I haven't played Beautiful Joe.
You'd
I have it though.
Yeah, fucking no one played Beautiful
You dig
Joe.
it.
That's why the fucking franchise completely bombed, Devon.
We
played
have
it.
Beautiful Joe on
Probably-
PS2 though. LA has a copy.
The first one or the second one, 'cause I think one of them is
First-
exclusive. Wasn't one of them
first one.
exclusive to the GameCube?
Well, the first one's on PS2, so
I think it
it's
might be
not
the
the
second
first
one
one.
then. Don't quote me on that.
But no, like I feel like Starbucks are like still like come up with new ways to fuck up your name. I'm gonna have to. We have a friend who works at Starbucks. I'm gonna have to ask her. It's like, so do you guys just like fuck up names on purpose, or just like?
And it's not like it's a US thing, because like, okay, whatever, maybe it's the accent and they're like having a hard time hearing me, but
I simply do not go to places that need my name, and so I do not experience this phenomenon.
did you get delivery like last night?
Yeah, delivery, but they don't need to know my name properly. Like, they can't misspell it when
When
it's
you
on a
do an
fucking
order,
thingy.
when you do an order through like DoorDash or stuff like that, you have your name already spelled on it. So
Yeah,
Yeah, so
really
they can't
misspell
like
it.
misspell it. Although like they can write like their own shit on the bag or whatever for their own internal tracking, but that doesn't fucking matter. It's usually like some shortening of your fucking name.
I was waiting for the day someone calls you because they can't find your house, but like, yeah, I'm looking for Xander.
TJ calls me that.
He does.
Yeah, TJ calls me that. He goes, Xander.
Oh my
Jeez.
god.
Xander. No,
We just got
that
really
couldn't-
high one day when we were growing up, and he just passed me the ball and he goes, Xander. And I looked down at the ball and I was like, is that me? He
For
goes,
legal reasons, we must state
Xander.
this is. For legal reasons, we must state this is many years ago and long past the statute of limitations.
I was a minor at the time. You can't get me, bitch.
Okay,
And I was like-
long time ago, past the statute of limitations. No.
and I was like,
The
is that
views
me?
of Satohara and his weed intake do not reflect the views of Insert Title Here podcast.
7 episodes in a row.
And then he's like, Xander. And I was like, is that me? And then he pushes the bung gently into my chest. And I grab it. And I go, that's me? And he just nods and he goes, Xander.
Xander.
And then from then fucking on, he called me Xander. So thanks for just reminding me of that. I'll have to tag TJ in this. Fucking
You're
shout out to
welcome.
TJ, my brother, my blood, my dude, my guy.
Hi, TJ.
Hi.
I know we didn't get along a lot when we lived together, and I'm sorry about that. But you're definitely a good guy, and I'm glad that you're friends with my best friend.
Having 6 fucking roommates doesn't make you get along with anybody. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
I never want to have roommates again, aside from my wife, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Well, it's not really a roommate, is it? That's more of like a domestic partner, I believe is a technical term for that.
Yeah, well.
Because like
Speaking of... Okay, go ahead.
we had to have so many people in there all at once just out of fucking pure desperation. We all needed a place to go. So I'm happy it
at
was
one
there
point,
for
I
the
think-
time period, but oh boy, that was a nightmare scenario.
At one point, I think I was the only person who had a job.
No, I always had a job the whole time, remember? Because
That's right.
Yeah, undisclosed gas station number 2. Because I refused to
That's
name any of my
right.
actual fucking previous jobs for fear of getting doxxed.
But anyways, so back on the wife train though. So today I got my hair cut. That's
You
right.
ran a train on your
listeners.
wife?
No, God. Only with myself. I cloned myself. But anyway, speaking of, so fuck, where was I? Okay, so I got my hair cut today, and while I was getting my hair cut, my wife went down to the mall. Well, we were in the mall. She went downstairs in the mall, and she was getting herself a snack. While she was there was a guy who asked her to go to a movie with her.
Woo!
And I'm like, people want to do things with my wife. That means I got a hot one. Hell yeah, I win.
So that's the correct mentality, because these guys get jealous and start like throwing fans and shit. That's so fucking stupid, dude. Like, your wife is... You should trust your wife enough to not like
I
think
do.
about that kind of stuff, which I know you and I definitely do. But on top of that as well, you and I both have hilarious wives. So I think yeah, your wife probably let him down gently, but in her mind was probably thinking of some horrible way to torture this poor bastard.
She was like, no, I have a husband. Sorry. I'm just like, I love my wife. She is very much trustworthy and definitely not like other people who I was in relationships with who probably would have went to the movie with the guy and did things in the movie with the guy.
Yeah, there's cameras in those movie theaters, so...
You know that my ex probably wouldn't give a shit.
Oh my. But, like with Liz, it happened when we were dating. Like some guy, she was working at a mall, and like one of the security guards started hitting on her. Like he just got a tattoo done of like the Blink-182 smiley face, and was like, "Yeah, it's in the 3rd stage of healing. Yeah, I gotta keep rubbing lotion on it. Yeah," hitting on her, and she's just there going, "Oh, honey, please just keep going." And she lets him finish, and she goes, "Yeah, my boyfriend's tattoo's in the same stage. He keeps rubbing my lotion on it too." Guy gets up, and walks away.
Did Blink-182 make that "I Want to Fuck a Dog in the Ass" song?
No.
I'm
thought
looking
it was
this up.
someone
I'm pretty
else.
sure they did.
I thought it was 3 Days Grace.
Fuck off! Oh my god, Adam.
Maybe after Adam left. I wanna
God.
fuck a dog. Blink.
Now Xander's on like
182.
another watch list for saying that.
Blink 182. I want to fuck a dog in the ass.
Is it
It's
dog
a real
metaphor?
song.
Or is it like an
Out of-
actual chihuahua?
Out of context, insert title here. I want to fuck a dog in the ass.
That's
Yeah. Okay. So
This is
my
Saturday
friend
Night like a
Austin.
fucking
Okay.
Labrador's
I don't have a wife, so I can't do a wife story. So I'm segueing into fucking my friend Austin, I guess again. Fucking So my friend Austin, I brought up previously on either an episode of Insert Title here or on a
Literally
stream
last episode.
about fucking wherever it was the Grapes of Wrath thing. Either way, I've referenced Austin multiple times in a bunch of my work. So fucking good friend of mine, got me out of a lot of bad situations, pretty stable dude, fucking checks on me even now to this day. I just love that dude to death. Fucking in the middle of lunch in high school one day, he just starts singing this fucking song. And like, you can tell like he's singing it because it's fucking hilarious, not because he actually wants to fuck a dog. But I'm pretty sure there are people out there who probably want to, and we probably sing it unironically. So there's two types of people. There's people who sing Blink-182, I want to fuck a dog, because they're like, who the fuck writes this song? And then there's people who sing Blink-182 and I want to fuck a dog because they want to fuck a dog. And there's two people in this room. Which one are you? But fucking so he just starts singing. I'm like, what the fuck kind of song is this? He's like, dude, it's a Blink-182 song. I was like, and then so I'm like I quote a fucking My Chemical Romance song instead of Blink-182 song on accident. I'm like, you mean the When I Was a Young Boy guys? And they're like, no, that's My Chemical Romance. That's fucking Black Parade. I was like, what? And then so Austin's like, yeah, when I was a young boy, my father took me into a city. And I was like, what does this have to do with? What does this have to do with I want to fucking dog? And he goes, no, when I was a young boy, my father took me into the city is the first line from the song by My Chemical Romance.
This
I'm like, I thought that was
like
a Blink-182 song. And they're
this
like,
starts to like a bad Abbott and Costello like bit. I'm being honest.
and then he's like, no, the Blink-182 song you're thinking of probably is the Lava Slavics. And then I busted out fucking laughing because he's saying it just like that. And I was like, what?
That's kind of what what's his face Tom DeLonge sounded like.
You left me blushing, blah, blah. And then he starts Tasmanian Deviling, and then he tries to like spin, and then he falls like off the fucking bleacher when he tries to do the Tasmanian Devil thing, but like catches himself and gets the fuck right up, and he's just fucking good, and he's just like, yeah. Anyway, that band wrote I Want to Fuck a Dog. I was like, so not the Into the City guys. Like, no, they wrote the Teenager song. I was like, teenagers? He's like, yeah, teenagers scare the living shit out of me. I was like, you're a teenager. He's like, no, My Chemical Romance. And then the bell rang to get out of lunch. And then he was like, forget it. So we had to go back into class.
No, that definitely sounds like a fucking bad Abbott and Costello fucking bit.
No, I fucking love Austin.
By the way, that
without
album,
Austin, I would not have fucking survived high school.
that album, by the way, the Black Parade, I believe it's like 16 years old now.
Jesus
way.
Christ.
Yeah,
No, it's
2005, right?
No, it's not. I'm
What?
14 years old, fucking Adam, you asshole.
No,
Hey
hold
Google,
on.
what year did the Black Parade come out?
Sorry
the
for
initial
people.
release date of the Black Parade was October 20th, 2006.
2006, sorry, so it's 15 years old.
Oh shit.
Blurry blind, just blurry blind.
I
Let
admit
your
something?
blizzery and blazer, your blurry will blurry on. Hopefully that was different enough to not trigger the fucking copyright thing. I guess I'll just pitch shift it so we don't have to worry about it. So you won't hear my beautiful fucking parody of Black for whatever,
I
young boy.
think you're fine. I think you're fine. I think you're offbeat there. But honestly, can I admit something about that album?
Sure.
So I'm about to lose all my credentials as a metalhead when I say this, but
If you say
With
you
the
like the album, you're not going to lose your credentials as a metalhead. Metalheads can like other things besides metal, Adam.
with the exception of the title song, because it's just overplayed, I actually really fucking like that album.
Yeah, apparently it's a classic. I'm like the only person in existence who doesn't like it. And it's mainly because I was a hater because my sister would play albums. And even if they were good, I'd be like, I don't want to hear anything right now. It wasn't like I didn't want to hear that music. Devon understands this. I'm very sensitive to sounds. I don't know why. I don't go to the doctor. It's fucked me over. I'm in a corner. I need to go to the doctor, but American healthcare is my healthcare is better. My healthcare is better than yours, you stupid American. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Thank you. Undisclosed foreign man from nation we don't fucking recognize nor support. Fucking thank you
Sweden.
for once again. Yes. So, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me, but fucking like sometimes I just don't want to hear noise. Sometimes I just want to hear silence, and I can never get that ever in my world, ever. So now I've adapted that I'm adult and I try to be a sane person. I can block it out with like white noise or headphones or other bullshit that goes on, right? But at the time I was a dumb teenager, and I'm like, everything that I hear her play sucks. So I haven't ever given that album a fair shake. But what's that one song? It starts at H. I think it's like Helena, something like that.
That's Three Cheers for Sweet Bangers. That's their other album.
All right. Well, that one, I can legitimately say I've listened to past the Angry Teenage Years, and that's a good song. So if they made that a good song, it's likely that entire album's a good song, especially if everybody agrees that album's a good
The
album.
entire album's a good
Yeah,
Shut the
song.
fuck up.
honestly, the My Chemical Romance album I'd say check out are Three Cheers and The Black Parade, and I'll be honest, they're two very different albums. Like, Three Cheers is a lot more like, I guess, pop punk, if that makes any sense, but with a bit more kind of smartassery about it, very clearly inspired by growing up in, like, New Jersey and New Jersey culture, read mobster culture. Whereas The Black Parade is very much as a character, it's supposed to be like a set show, you know, it's a very different vibe, musically laid out very differently as well. They're both good, just very different albums. Cancer to this day is a banger.
One album I remember hearing a lot back then that I still hate is American Idiot by Green Day. I hate all Green Day albums. Just get them the fuck out of here.
Really?
Yeah, there's not a single Green Day song or album I enjoy to this day. I have tried multiple times. I've tried to understand the hype and the love behind them. I have legitimately given them multiple chances, and I do not like a single one of their songs.
I fucking hate that fucking 21 Gun song because, like, back when I worked at
Okay, I think
jobs
even
that
Green
I
Day
will not
fans hate that
state-
song, to be fair.
Yeah, I like it would play all the time over the speakers, and every time it would play, I'd just look right at my manager and be like, 21 guns! I was just like,
See, the
just
last
shout
Green
it.
Day album I listened to and bought was American Idiot, so I'm like completely. I don't mind Green Day, but
Have you ever thought about maybe that era of music was kind of the fucking worst, and we survived just the fucking
2004?
Well,
cultural
it
fucking
it was
drought?
important for the time because that was like the first like major political album post 9/11.
Yeah, just because it was the first major one doesn't mean that it's impactful, because it sucks.
I mean, it was. It basically said to everyone else, "Hey, you can be political again now." Because there was weird wave of just like,
cool.
"I wanna
Disturbed
go
was
to
fucking
war."
political before
Country
them. They were
singers.
calling out George W. and fucking their old fucking albums and shit. That doesn't mean. Doesn't mean David Draymond is the best
God damn
fucking poet of protest of our time. He wrote a song called Deify and then put like George W. Bush speeches over it. It's like Deify me.
One episode where we don't talk about David fucking Draymond, please.
Okay,
such a
David
cunt,
Draymond
too.
and fucking what's his name, Billy Joel Armstrong. I want to see them get into a fucking cage match, not a voice off, not a musical thingy, not a No, I want to see them locked in the iron cage this summer.
Honestly,
Presented by instant title here, David Draymond versus Billy Joel Armstrong in Fighting with Fury.
Honestly,
Boom.
$25 on Billy Joel.
We can't go like 5 fucking minutes.
David Draymond would literally
No.
Okay. No
David
kayfabe?
Draymond.
Okay.
David Draymond is a little bitch and quit Twitter because people told him off. Okay. That means
Okay.
when it comes to throwing fisticuffs, he's going to be twice the little bitch.
Okay, but
Billy
he's
Joel
locked in the
Armstrong
cage.
is Chad mode.
He's locked in the
Doesn't
cage,
care.
Adam.
Let's do it anyway.
He has the sickness. He's got the sickness. He's locked in the
don't know what's
cage.
happening, guys.
He's covered the sound of silence.
Yeah,
You know what
badly
he's
for the
gonna do?
record.
He's gonna look at Billy Joel, and Billy Joel's gonna be like, "Yo, what's up, man? What's up? I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face now." Say Jimmy is dead in the creek now. And David Draymond's gonna be like, choo, and give him fucking not Lambda. What comes after Lambda? They haven't named it yet. What comes? Sigma COVID. And David Draymond will infect fucking Billy Joel Armstrong with the newest strain, and then everybody's dead. All right, and then fucking. Oh my god, dude. Oh, you don't even want to know what comes next, because the people who don't die, they're gonna have it so much fucking worse than the people who die.
By the way, please get a vaccine. Please get a fucking vaccine.
Yeah, get a vaccine. Get a vaccine. Get a vaccine for your peen. Cause if you don't get a vaccine, you won't be able to clean your peen of cum. Erectile dysfunction is disproportionately higher in people who have recovered from COVID.
I like tuned out that and
Yeah, it's okay. I kind of tuned out as well.
that entire fucking thing.
I was just
I
like-
heard I literally I heard David Draymond and my brain goes, you know what, you don't need to talk for a bit, and just turned off.
You know, I had David Draymond and I thought to myself, I miss when Howard Jones was in Killswitch Engage.
Oh,
I miss
yeah.
that guy.
Howard Jones is fucking one of the best
Amazing.
vocalists of all time.
I was
I
actually
remember
listening
when. Oh, go ahead.
I've been listening to when I was doing my errands today. I had on the End of Heartache album, and it's an interesting album because definitely early days, but also the title song is a fucking slapper.
I remember when Xander introduced me to them because I was like, I had Guitar Hero. I'm like, yeah, I'm just I like playing this. It's fun. And there's a bunch of random shit. And like one of the Guitar Hero games has My Curse, and I never played it. I think it was like a DLC. It wasn't a DLC song. It was like a song you had to unlock and play. And I'm just like, so I never listened to it or played it. He's like, dude, you should play that song. I'm like, okay. And I played it. I'm like, yo, this fucking slaps. What the fuck? And just like, I love this.
I know Howard Jones was technically the second vocalist because the first one left for because he got married and then like missed his wife and he couldn't do the touring. They replaced Howard Jones and then didn't. I don't know why Howard Jones left, but isn't it the original guy who's back now?
So the original guy came back after Howard Jones left because Howard Jones left to, I think he stated medical reasons, like I think diabetes and stuff was making it harder to tour and stuff. He still makes music. He did some stuff with Jared fucking Dines on YouTube and shit. He's just this
I thought
fucking
you were gonna say
dude.
Jared Leto, and I was gonna fucking freak.
Don't worry.
oh yeah, Jared Leto, 30 Seconds to Pluto.
Don't worry, fucking dude. Like I'm not gonna fucking bring up 30 Seconds to Xenu. All right, you're fine. I know it's a fucking trigger for you. All right, we're
30
good.
Seconds to Planet X. Yeah, fucking hate that.
Yeah.
I love how every time we bring them up, though, we do the wrong planet.
It's the joke which started on my channel as well.
Also,
So
is it
good.
Leto or Leto? I've never fucking actually been able to figure that
Look,
out.
I'm pretty sure his name is Cuntface McCuntface as far as I'm concerned. He's a complete wanker. Fuck off. Next guy.
Yeah, fucking, but Howard Jones, right? Fucking, so, Devon, do you know who you are for introducing me to Killswitch Engage?
Who?
TJ. Again.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna say something real quick, actually. So when it comes to metal, I have a really weird relationship with metal because when I was younger, I didn't really listen to a lot of it. And the kids I knew that did listen to stuff like Slipknot specifically back when I was in like 8th grade, those kids were dicks. Like they were assholes.
Yeah.
But they really loved.
As a
really
person who
loved,
listened
like,
to
the metal
Slipknot,
music.
I was a dick.
Yeah. So like I was just turned off by the idea of listening to the same shit that they listened to. So I just actively avoided it. Like I didn't listen to anything. But then like I had some friends. I became friends with like a couple of guys in high school, specifically the post like the pre-college stuff where I met Xander. I made some friends and I started listening to stuff like Slipknot and Rise Against and stuff, and then other bands that I didn't listen to before. And then I met Xander, and he got me to listen to like all sorts of shit, like all sorts of different metal and bands. And I was just like, bro, this shit fucking slaps. And I got way into it, and it's become something that to this day I still enjoy listening to. Like I could go back and listen to those albums, and just vibe.
It's a very different experience from I had because back home in the UK, the default thing when I was growing up, like kids were listening to, was not rock or metal of anything like of that variety. It was, I'll be honest with you, it was like rap and R&B, and I don't mean like rhythm and blues like big band. I mean like Beyonce and shit. And
that doesn't shock me.
Nothing against Beyonce, like she's a talented singer. It just wasn't me. And still really isn't me. And like the rap stuff was like, keep in mind, something like the peak era would have been like 50 Cent, whatever the fuck his name.
50 pence.
Whatever his fucking name is, that guy he was around the candy shop era and stuff like that. And like I was just like so like not into it. And I remember a cousin came over and had a Good Charlotte CD, and I really fucking liked it. Again, I was like 11, so cut me some slack.
I had a friend, well, actually my bully who became my friend. He had a bunch of Eminem CDs back in like middle school, and I wasn't allowed to listen to Eminem, but I listened to it anyway. I'm like, yeah.
See, it was that, and then I learned about a TV channel back home we had, and it was number 364 on Sky. Why do I remember that? Kerrang, which just was the rock and metal and, you know, pop punk and that kind of. They played the music videos on that. I was at the music channel for that, and I found so much through that. Like that was where I first heard Slipknot, because around that time was when Volume 3 was coming out and Duality was like playing all the fucking time on there. And I remember like the first 2 albums I ever bought were Blink-182 self-titled and Volume 3, the Subliminal Verses, which, to be fair, is a very big jarring difference in terms of I guess rock music right there. But
That's hilarious.
I still listen to one of them to this day, and that's Volume 3.
Well,
the Blink-182 greatest hits.
Before
the
we
only
move
metal
too-
album. Sorry, I just want to. What you can say?
But before we move too far off of that, one of my first albums, the 2 I bought were 10,000 Fists and Volume 3, the Subliminal Verses.
See, Volume 3 is a banger. Like
My first metal
classics.
album was System of a Down, Hypnotize.
Oh, that's a bit later. I think 2 or 3 years later.
Like I said, I was a little late to the metal scene, but that was one of my first metal albums, because I remember when I started hanging out with Xander, I had a car, so I had my audio hooked up to the car, and I just played shit that was on my phone. And one of the first things that played was System of a Down. He's like, "Yo, you listen to System of a Down?" I'm like, "Yeah, I love this shit." And then he's like, "Yo, check this out," and we just kind of fell down the metal rabbit hole from there.
See, I remember doing that, and I remember Kerrang was also before their channel, they were a print magazine, and they used to feature a lot of bands in there. So there was things you'd always read about in there, like this is before the vocal style change, but Bring Me the Horizon, when they were still good.
Oh, fuck you. Okay,
Trivium
before he
were in
moves
there a
on,
lot.
controversial take. Bring Me the Horizon before Sempiternal sucks.
Ooh.
All right, you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
Can we just throw out random things that we didn't think you would like, we ended up liking? Because like I actually out of nowhere, I kind of actually enjoyed Coheed and Cambria.
My wife's always been super into Coheed, so like
I like them.
I'm indifferent. I don't mind Coheed. That said, the one thing she listens to that I cannot fucking stand because it drives me up a wall, and it's for a very specific reason, is Mars Volta. And it's always with her. A random Mars
don't
Volta
think I
come
know
on the
that one.
shuffle, and she'll start talking to me about like the meaning of the song and all this other stuff. And then, without fail, she'll go, "You know what? This makes more sense in the context of the album." Before I know it, we've got the whole album on. I'm like, "Oh my god, I want to fucking die. I want to fucking die."
Actually, that kind of makes me think about something. When it comes to music tastes, it's actually one thing in my relationship with Ali that like we don't really talk too much about. I know Ali likes like 80s music. She stated that she really likes like stuff like Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
And then she also where she grew up kind of affects the music she listens to as well, because like where she's from, it's a lot of Hispanic music and a lot of Latin artists. So it's just like I don't know a lot of it whatsoever, and I can't just like bitch out and say, "Oh yeah, I've heard of Selena," because it's like, no, I haven't.
I didn't know who
from
Selena was
Oklahoma.
until Liz made me watch the movie.
Yeah, I didn't know who Selena was until I moved to San Antonio. So like, that shows how much I know when it comes to musicians. But
And
like,
I
I
think
understand
Shakira
how.
is.
But okay, well that's different. But let me finish where I was going. But like, I understand how influential she is as an artist, not just to Hispanic people, but to like musicians pretty, further out from this area. Because like people here still like are big fans of her, even though she passed away like right after I was born. So it's like,
Yeah, that was 95.
it's a big fucking deal. But like, if Xander was to say something, go say it.
I want you to finish off your thought, because I'm just going to get into my music journey since everybody's been telling
cool.
theirs.
So, but with that the music that Ali listens to, we don't. It's weird because like we don't listen to a lot of music when we're in the car together. Like I'll occasionally play like a couple of albums or just continue to play what I'm playing. But like when we go on long trips together, or we're driving out somewhere, we'll just play YouTube videos over the speakers, like speedrun documentaries, or we're listening to like just random like videos that are talking like about just random stuff. We don't really listen to music a lot. Which is weird. Like I never thought about it until just now, so that's kind of interesting to me. So I think I want to let my wife pick the music for like the next couple of drives. Like I want to know your music taste better. Like we've been together for 4 years and I barely know what you like. So
For Liz, like we agree on a lot more than we disagree on. So like if you want an easy thing to play in the car that we're not gonna have any issues with, just put on Rammstein. Just put on some Rammstein and we'll have some
I
fun.
love Rammstein.
We'll have some fun.
But
I can see
Oh,
Xander
wait.
literally vibrating, by the way.
Sorry. Before we go back, Xander, I'm sorry. Another metal album I had that I remembered I had. My second metal album was Death Clock. I had Death Clock.
Oh, the Death album. Hey.
Yeah. I love that album. All right, Xander, now you can go.
Fucking, my music taste is entirely the fault of fucking Sean Schemmel and Chris Sabat. I'm calling you motherfuckers out right now. And maybe it wasn't actually you guys who did the call at Funimation, because I don't think you guys were in charge at the time. But fucking, if you wouldn't have been such amazing fucking voice actors in the dub growing up, they would have reached out to my heart and got me into Dragon Ball Z and shit, I never would have fucking listened to goddamn Disturbed. It's all your fault. It's all your fucking fault. Because Funimation decided in the fucking Dragon Ball Z movies, Lord Slug specifically, to put in fucking Disturbed songs. My childhood brain went, ooh, Disturbed is when Goku punch! Disturbed is when Goku win! Disturbed is when Goku Super Saiyan! So Disturbed and Deftones were like my shit, and everybody else...
The Deftones one I don't get.
What?
The Deftones one I still don't get.
Yeah,
they made such a fucking weird choice of song.
It's fucking Change to the House of Flies when he goes fucking Super Saiyan. It's like, what the fuck?
You don't want to do Head Up, you don't want to do fucking Back to School, you don't want to do fucking like My Own Summer Shabbat?
It's because that was the popular one. The whole reason those songs were even in the fucking thing is because they were popular at the time. They were fucking top of the charts. That's it. It was just a fucking era thing, which is why I love them so much. Because they aged so fucking poorly.
It's so fucking weird. Because, like, oh my god, Xander, I didn't believe Xander when he told me this. He showed us the videos the other night. He's like, yeah, they play the game. Because I never watched the actual Lord Slug movie and the movie with Cooler. I only watched the abridged version. I own those movies. Ale has them. But like, he's like, yeah, dude, they play the song "The Game" by Disturbed when Goku fights Cooler. I'm like, you're fucking with me, right? Like, no, check it out. I was just like,
I'm just like, Devon, watch this video.
Oh yeah, it was while I was.
I'm about to show you that I am right. They were in the past thinking this was pretty fucking cool.
Right, it was while I was playing Berserk. By the way, that video should be out by the time this podcast goes out, so go watch my review on Berserk.
yeah, I can't wait for that.
Berserk for Dreamcast, I mean. But yeah, it was literally, I just paused the game. There's this big lull in my recording, like a 5-minute pause. And I realized what it was when I was editing through the footage, because like I was staring at Xander's stream, because he was streaming for me this fucking scene with Deftones, and I'm like, why the fuck is the song about hardcore heavy drug use and the change it has in people being set to a Dragon Ball fight scene? What the fuck? I'm just like watching this, just going, this is like probably my favorite band, actually, Deftones. My favorite album, one of my favorite albums of all time, and I'm just watching it going, what the who okayed this? Who?
I don't.
Who?
Gen Fukuyama. Gen Fukuyama, probably. I think that. Okay. Actually, pause. Let me look up this name and make sure I said that right. Because.
You know, I realized I have my old album 9x9 on Facebook. Let me see if I can find it so I can, like, you guys can judge my album 9x9 taste.
Fukunaga. Okay. All right. So Gen Fukunaga is the guy who established Funimation, and he was the guy who, like, had pretty much oversight over all the production and stuff, and he had mandates that certain things would be like toned down for rating sakes and for marketing reasons, like sent to another dimension and stuff in the early like fucking Dragon Ball dubs and stuff like that, to make it more marketable, even though it wasn't necessarily required by the networks that they were pushing it out to at the time. Like Toonami and stuff didn't require that, but that was just kind of a standard at the time because of licensing reasons and all that other stuff, and due to negotiations with like Toei, I think they had a little bit of leeway in that. So that means that those licensing decisions and stuff essentially boil down to Gen Fukunaga going, yeah, put David Draymond in fucking in Dragon Ball. So this just infects my childhood brain, and everybody else around me, just like pretty much everybody else around the world at this time, is into hip hop and shit. And me being dumb child brain decide, me rebel against popular music because David Draymond, Goku fucking turned Super Saiyan. So for the longest time, I'm like, I will just pursue things that sound like Disturbed and are heavier. And then eventually when I was able to buy my own music, I got 10,000 Fists and fucking Volume 3 The Subliminal Verses by Slipknot. And fucking volume 3 made me go, ooh, other types of music, because Circle is a pretty like slow and like melodic song with like an acoustic guitar and stuff over there. It opened my eyes a little bit, made me go, ooh, and I explored more and more and stuff. And eventually I overcame the stupid baby brain and metal only mentality that I grew up with and expanded to, I will listen to everything in all of existence, and then I will steal all of the ideas from the people who came before me and congeal them into one massive brain project and claim it as my own. As if I'm like Dr. Wily of music.
Yeah.
Are you not?
Yeah. I can vibe it.
So then as I'm doing it, I'm slowly turning other people around me into my musical minions. So that way they're more attuned to my taste. So when my crazy ass shit comes out, they're not like, why are there 16 different instruments all playing different melodies at the same time? And instead of going, ooh, good, congratulations, you made a good release, 4 out of 5. Because 5 out of 5,
4 out of 5
is kind of kissing my own ass.
Flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you know what I really want to do now, Xander? Like, I really want to play, like, fighters against you, but, like, you play Goku, I play Cooler, and in the background we just fucking play Disturb the whole time.
Fucking hell.
I want to do it. Oh, God. Every time I see Cooler, my brain immediately goes to the abridged joke where he grabs Goku and goes, I'm gonna plant me a dumbass tree, and slams him into the ground. Fucking destroys me every time.
No joke is funnier to me than just fucking David Draymond just going.
David Draymond is definitely a joke, yes.
Just popping up and going. Ah! You lied to me!
Oh, God.
Trying to see if I can find it, because I made an album like 3x3 a while ago. You know, you get like 9 albums to put on there. And I genuinely trying to remember what albums I put on there, because like I figured it'd be funny if you two were to see that and judge my shit taste.
I kind of want to. Xander, at what point did we stop taking David Draymond seriously as a musician and just started like using his music as a joke? Like, what point did that happen in our lives?
So the New Year's Eve where we got super fucking drunk and we both puked multiple times.
No, you puked multiple times. Wait, hold on.
Okay, you puked once.
Wait, hold on. Is this before I
Found
was
it.
with She Who Must Not Be Named, or after?
Before. It was Milwaukee's Best thing, New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't throw up that night.
When you two are done, by the way, I just found my 3x3, my 9 square, and I threw it in there. So I'm gonna wait for your two's.
Greatest Hits is in here.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Jonathan Davis,
Oh my God.
no! Get out of my house!
We were shit posting about corn during Xander's stream today. So I was just like,
A loud
you think-
slam can be heard from Alexander's microphone. It's somebody make fun of me. Did somebody summon me? Jonathan, no! Get out! I cannot do this right now. I am recording an episode of my podcast. Pretend I'm disconnected for a
I
second
should
and
explain
continue
all
on.
9 of them. If you go three by three, I don't know if Xana wants to edit it in. Just this flash on screen for people watching. It is Pucifer, Conditions of My Parole, Slipknot, Volume 3 7 All Verses, Nirvana, Nevermind, Liebe ist für Alada by Rammstein, White Pony by Deftones, Pretty Hate Machine by Nine Inch Nails, but I could also honestly put in the Downward Spiral. I could swing Uringer, which is Jimmy Urin's solo album. I put in Korn Greatest Hits Volume 1 because I was trying to pick one Korn album. I thought, you know what, why not just fucking get the first one I actually bought, which was that one. Like, why not? And I put Gorillaz self-titled in there as well to try and balance out a bit more.
Gorillaz is pretty solid. I love Gorillaz.
Boop, I reconnected the phone call. My face is very bloody and very disheveled. There is no sign of Jonathan Davis anywhere around me. Okay.
He probably deserved it.
Did Jonathan Davis beat the shit out of you, Xander?
No.
Oh. Because it sure sounded like he just came up to you and went...
So that happened.
He showed you a freak on Alicia.
But after he disconnected the phone call and
Did he take a part of you?
after he disconnected the phone call and was no longer legally liable for what he said over the internet, and I'm quoting him, but I guess I have to say
Did you take
allegedly
fuck
at
for
this
him to
point.
live?
He allegedly offered to take me out for ice cream, and I said, okay, that's a little weird, but I am kind of hungry and I do like some ice cream, and you are super rich. So then he took me out for ice cream, and it was completely fine, and I just got a fucking chocolate cone just to try to be safe, but also not vanilla, because I like vanilla enough, but if you don't put something on it, you're kind of suspicious. You look like maybe you don't trust the person you're with, and it's like, nah, I want to show him I trust him
all the time.
I would trust. Yeah, but you're British,
Yeah.
like you.
Wow,
no,
thanks.
That's not a. That's not a.
Beans on toast, motherfucker.
No, that's not even a dig on your fucking taste. I'm saying the British inherently just kind of trust fucking things at this point.
This is
every
true.
British
We kinda
person
stole
I've
the
ever
vanilla from the
known
rest of the world.
is not scared of walking outside. They're like, oh, if I get stabbed, I'll deal with it. I'm like, but it's a knife though.
Stab is yeah, but you can run away from a guy with a knife. Guy with a gun has got range.
Yeah, true. But I couldn't because the guy cornered me. But that's a different story. So fucking the ice cream, it's cool and all that. But then this fucking rabid coyote fucking comes around, and fucking Jonathan's just like, oh shit, I'm allergic to coyotes. I can't fucking do anything. I'm like, don't worry, Jonathan. I'll pay you back for that free ice cream. After all, I guess, sure, this makes sense. So I tried to fight the rabid coyote and I lost. But Jonathan Davis got away safe, and God fucking bless him. God fucking bless him. He's gonna live to fall away from us one more day.
God damn it. God fucking.
Have I ever told you my coyote story? When I saw a coyote up close and
Have I told you my coyote story?
The one where it disintegrated the fucking.
No, let's let Adam tell his coyote story, and then I'll tell my coyote story.
So when I lived in Philadelphia, I wasn't living in Philadelphia, but I was a mile off of the border from South Philly. So for those of you familiar with the area, I was in the Plymouth Meeting-ish, Norristown-ish, Lafayette Hill-ish, that kind of area. Lot of forest around there. A lot of Chestnut Hills, which are up the street, so an awful lot of wildlife. We had issues with deer. Even though we're that close to the city, it was kind of bizarre. But we also had big cat. We had issues with big cats once. We also had coyotes, which is super weird. But the coyote was a funny one because it is 2 a.m. one night, and I'm realizing, oh shit, I haven't taken the rubbish out yet. I need to take the trash cans out. So I grab the trash cans, they're in the garage, I open the garage door to all these electronic doors. I open up, I start pulling the trash down the thing, and I stop because I realized I can feel eyes on me. I look into the middle of the street, and there's a coyote just stood there, looking at me. And this coyote, he's not in an aggressive position or anything. He's more just surprised, oh, I wasn't expecting to see anyone out this time of night. We look at each other for 10 seconds. He looks back down the road, looks at me, looks down the road, looks at me, and carries on walking.
It was your spirit animal, Adam.
He just looked at me just yeah, I'm gonna get that trashed up the street. I'm just gonna go. This is, no, I don't want any trouble, man. I just want to go get in the trash. I just took my trash cans out, put them on there, went back inside, closed the garage door, and went, did that just fucking happen?
Okay.
This poor confused dog,
Weird. Okay, so okay. So my coyote story. So imagine, if you will, it's 2016.
Yes.
Okay, so it's the year 2016.
Pokemon Go has just come out. You're still innocent. Trump has not taken.
No, this is before Pokemon Go came out. This is right before Pokemon Go came out.
Yeah, it's May.
So this is May of 2016.
Jeb Bush is still in the running to become America's next president.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So imagine if you will, you just got done laughing at a hearty "please clap" meme.
This is before even
you're
please clap.
driving. Right. Actually, it is. So we're driving. My best friend, another one of my friends, another friend of mine. We're all driving
How many
to
best friends you get?
Seattle. We are moving my best friend Xander from Oklahoma to Seattle, and it is day 2, or just inching into day 2. It was day 2 at that point, right?
I think we're about to be day 3.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to day 3 of the trip, and it's my shift to drive, so I'm awake, and everyone else is asleep. So it is me. And it's also 1 in the morning, and it's also in Wyoming. And I'm not sure if you know about Wyoming at 1 in the morning, but that shit is dark as fuck. There is no lights out there. It is barren as hell. So I'm out there driving. And when you know it, out of the corner of my eye, I see some Wile E-ass looking coyote running straight at my goddamn car from the left. I was like, fucking hell. I'm like, there's no way I could stop my car in time. Like, okay, so my brain is working on anime logic at this point because like everything's slowed down and my brain's like going off like 50 lines of text are going through my head as I see this coyote approaching. I'm like, fuck, if I slow down right now and I hit that coyote, it's gonna go over my car and probably shatter the windshield and I won't be able to continue driving this car. Or B, I speed up and the coyote goes under my car and I can continue driving it. All right, let's speed up. So I speed up and I hit the motherfucker and the entire car just shakes and everyone wakes up like, holy shit. And I have to pull over and stop. And we take a look at the damage and my bumper is obliterated. This coyote fucking obliterated my fucking bumper. And we all got out of the car looking. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, what the fuck happened? Like this is just the aesthetic damage we can see. We don't know the physical like extent of the damage that's been done to this car. I was like, oh fucking hell, my car, dude. Like, and I've had this car for a little bit, but I always kept it in good condition. And I was so mad. And Xander was like, oh my god, is the coyote okay? And I just take one look at him like, is the fucking coyote okay? Look at my goddamn car! Like, I was so mad. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, fuck! I'm like,
that is the most Xander thing you could ever say in that situation.
Oh my god, I was so mad. I was like, just get back in the fucking car. And we got back in the car and then we found a hotel to stay at because like, I'm not sure the damage on the car. We need to find a place to stay.
I slept on the floor.
In the morning... Yeah, in the morning we'll get this replaced. So we stopped at a hotel or motel. We got some food in us, and I went to go get my car repaired. And the little bastard, I don't remember exactly what was busted, but one of the rods in the car was bent, which meant that my tire was at an angle when it was driving now.
Nice.
So, yeah, so I'm just like, okay, how much is that going to cost to replace and get the tire? Because I had to replace the tire.
Yeah.
Because the tire had a bubble forming in it, and I was like, okay, we got to replace this tire. There's no way I can drive on this tire. So that's where a chunk of my money went, and I didn't factor in emergencies like that on my travel money. So on the way back from Seattle, after we dropped off Xander and everything, after that 12-hour detour, I had no fucking money. Like we were coming back and we were probably like between Colorado and Oklahoma, and I had no fucking money in my account. I was like,
keep in mind I also brought $400 with me and then also had no money at the end of it.
Yeah, so we were just like, hey, I called. I was like, hey, so I need money because I'm gonna be stranded in Kansas if I don't get money. And believe me, as much as I like the band Kansas, I don't like the state. So help this wayward son carry on back home, and I will be okay. And
hey, at the very least,
luckily,
you can see all horizons in Kansas.
Yeah, true. That is true. But luckily, I got some money sent my way, and I was able to get back home. But God, that was like the worst part of the trip. Oh my God. Oh, fuck that part.
See, I think I'd actually love to do a road trip with you guys at some point, but preferably without the Coyote.
No, I'm never road tripping again.
All right.
I don't mind driving. Like me, you, Xander. We'll do like an insert title here, road trip, which just us three. And we'll like go to like different. We'll do it in Texas, so we can like drive from like I don't know.
Yeah, we'll do it in
DFW
Texas. Where
to
fucking
Dallas
coronavirus Sigma fucking originates.
Okay. We'll do it in 10 years after all the boomers are dead. All right. Like let them.
You want to hear my coyote story?
Let them.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your coyote story?
Okay. All right. So it's like fucking. I don't remember how long ago it is. My memory's pretty bad, and I do pretty like badly with time and years and stuff. But like, I'm like asleep, right? I'm just like asleep in the middle of like this fucking like car ride or some shit, right? I don't know what the fuck I am. I'm sleeping. I'm listening to like fucking 3 Days Grace or some shit. Like, I'm just fucking asleep. I don't know. And the next thing I know, there's this huge fucking bump just jolts me awake, and I look around. I'm like, what the fuck? And I start to kind of just drift back to sleep, but under like my like headphones, because I'm wearing like actual headphones at this time because I haven't invested in like in-ear monitors, so I can't like block out sound or whatever. I start hearing like somebody in the driver's seat just like start fucking cussing, like screaming and shit. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? But I'm in that stage of sleep where, you know, you're kind of paralyzed and stuff, or you're starting to wake up, but you're not quite awake, so your eyes are just kind of like fucking glazed over like this, where they're half open, and you look like, oh, I can't even see that motherfucker's pupils. What the fuck is wrong with that guy? So, you know, whatever. I feel the fucking car eventually like pull into like this fucking hotel area and shit, and then as it fucking like pulls in, it kind of, when it stops, it jolts me awake a bit. I'm like, all right, shit, I'm still really groggy and drowsy, and at this point, I'm addicted to nicotine and shit, and I haven't had nicotine in a while, so I'm like, I got a headache, I can't think straight, there's just a whole bunch of shit wrong with me, right? So then I realize what the fuck's going on, and I look up, and the driver, my best friend Devon, who's currently driving me from Oklahoma to Washington, he's currently... He's currently, you know, driving me over to my other friend, who I pretty much owe my life to. Like, I owe my life to both of them. Devon for driving me out there, and the other guy for putting me up and, like, putting up with my shit and all that long enough for it to help me get on my feet and shit. And fucking, like, so, like, I'm like, what happened? And he's like, what do you mean, what happened? I'm like, what happened? And then obviously he realizes, oh, this motherfucker was asleep the whole time. So he was like, you hit a fucking coyote. And at first I think he says wolf. But I'm like, nah, it's not a wolf. But then I'm gonna think it's a wolf for the rest of the fucking trip for no reason, because that's just how my brain works.
Can you tell that you're a furry?
So then the first words out of my mouth were, "Is a coyote okay?" And I don't mean that like legitimately. I'm pretty sure it's dead, but I haven't seen the extent of the damage at the front of the car. And before I get out of the car fully, because I'm trying to get out, I'm stumbling. There's a bunch of shit around my leg because there's a bunch of luggage in the passenger seat for no fucking reason that I'm not gonna get into. And fucking I have a hairbrush up my ass and all this shit right now, so I'm trying to get out of the car. And fucking finally, like, he's like, no! And I see the fucking damage. I was like, oh, okay, well, if I would have solved that, I wouldn't have asked that question. And I didn't mean it like I was concerned for the fucking coyote or anything. It was just like, oh, this is like I don't know. I don't want... So in my brain, I'm like, if I ask him if the car is total, and I feel like he'll be more mad at that if I phrase it like, if the coyote survived. I'm trying to get a damage assessment without, because he's in the middle of being stressed. And like, in fighting games at the very least, when he's stressed, if you ask him what the problem is, he won't be able to tell you what the fucking problem is. He'll just vaguely motion about things and then yell and then hit a button.
I have seen this, yes.
And then usually you end up getting punched in the face by the button he hit, because you're trying to figure out what he's trying to figure out to try to like maybe explain or whatever to him. And it's like, I do it too. Like it's a natural thing. So like I'm trying to like approach it from that kind of thing, you know, because like I play fighting games with this guy. I know, you know, how we kind of react in stressful situations. So like, is the coyote okay? And not only does that not give me the information I need, it pisses him off more, and it doesn't help him calm down at all. So he's actually mad more for like the next hour. We park at some fucking Walmart, and I just stay in the car because I'm like,
oh god, I forgot about the fucking.
And I just
Walmart.
stay in the car
Holy
because I'm
shit.
like, did I actually piss him off by asking him if the coyote's okay? I'm legitimately like, oh fuck, did I fuck up? And then I feel guilty because he wouldn't be out here to begin with if he wasn't fucking moving me and shit. So then he gets back to the car, and then I'm like, are you mad about me asking about the coyote? He's like, no, I'm not fucking mad about you asking about the coyote. Are you dumb? I love you. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Okay, cool. Dope. So then we hit the fucking thing, the hotel thingy. I sleep on the floor. We have bomb-ass waffles in the morning, and the waffles weren't actually good. It was like a combine your own batter and make your own waffles thing. But after hitting a coyote super fucking hard and obliterating its entire goddamn existence out of fucking history, and fucking like just stripping the entire fucking front bumper off your goddamn car and shit, all just to move your best friend. Those waffles fucking hit at that point. Those waffles are the most golden, delicious Belgium-ass fucking waffles. We have the best healthcare waffles I ever fucking had. So good. They banged, they gonged, they bonged, they schlonged, they donged, all of them. I think I already said dong, but fucking whatever.
You did.
And then fucking.
That's not how Belgians sound, by the way.
Okay, hold on. Before you continue, Xander, actually, he did bring up something. So the Walmart part. Okay, here's the thing. Wyoming, 1 in the morning, it's May, right? In Oklahoma, May is warm. in Wyoming, May is cold, and it was like 40 fucking degrees out, and I'm there in fucking shorts and a t-shirt. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's fucking freezing out here. So I had to take Xander's jacket and I had to change it to a pair of pants so I could go in.
Yeah, so then fucking...
It was so cold. I was dying.
After we get out of the fucking hotel...
It was like 32.
32
Sorry.
what?
It was 32 degrees. It was
Which
like
is,
freezing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that's 0 degrees for those of us who use the correct temperature measurements.
Oh,
Yeah,
shut the fuck
so
up.
like after the hotel and shit, Devon's like, all right, I can't drive on this wheel. He tries it for like 3 minutes maximum. Like, so Devon risks certain things when they're known variables, but when they're not known variables, he tests them almost meticulously to the point it ruined Smash Brothers for me for years because he wanted to test mods to work fucking so meticulously, and he got them working. But at that point, I was like, I hate working on this. But also it was Brawl, so maybe the tripping didn't help. So like fucking
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, I'm gonna test this, and not even 3 minutes into fucking going 3 miles an hour, he goes, nope, it's wrong.
Well, yeah, because the wheel at this point is off.
And so he's,
like,
he's,
some of
so
the
he's
struts
like,
collapsed.
dude who's traveling with us, whose name I'm not disclosing for legal reasons, even though we're still good friends and I love him, and he's probably going to comment and be like, why didn't you say my name? Do you not love me? No, I do love you. Just, come on, man. I'm not trying to dox you. Anyway, fucking, he's like, yeah, we should. So we stop at the fucking thingy. Devon, said this part about what's wrong and shit. But then fucking, like, we can't get it fixed, right? We don't have enough money for it. So then I'm like, all right. The dude in Washington we're gonna go see, he's like, all right, so moose are native to Canada. However, I hear there's a smuggling ring down in Wyoming where they like import and export baby moose, and you might be able to hitch a ride on some of those. You can either ride on some yourself, or since probably leaving Devon's car behind isn't an option, like hitch them up like reindeer. All you need is a bunch of chestnuts, right? So Devon's like, fuck. Where are we gonna get chestnuts? And the guy whose name I won't disclose is like, I know where to get chestnuts. I'm fucking gonna be in the military one day. I know everything somehow. I'm the smartest person that Alexander's ever met. And holy shit, how do you know all these things? So then he leads us on the trail to not only chestnuts, but the best chestnuts. They're fucking free, too. We don't have to pay a goddamn dime
Best
for
nuts,
it.
if you will.
The best chestnuts, the best nuts, and the fucking chestnuts, man. Fucking hits you right in the chest. Fucking, the best nuts. But fucking, they're free, they're delicious, whatever. So we go to the fucking, like, the Wyoming Natural Forest. And it's like Wyoming with an apostrophe, no G. Because, like, they get really offended if you pronounce the G, specifically in that forest area. Because they're like, we're not Wyomingites, or Wyomingites. Or like, what's the difference? Or like, you'll figure it out. So we get into the forest and fucking start to like trying to track down some moose, right? And the pull of moose is meese. So like we're trying to find some meese, right? And fucking like, cause we have to hitch it up to the fucking car. And fucking like, we're not successful. But then eventually a fucking jaguar fucking comes out of the goddamn jungle brush and fucking pins Devon down on the ground. But Devon's like, no! I know better than this, and starts fucking singing like one of the most fucking amazing goddamn serenades I could fucking ever fucking hear in my entire goddamn life to the Jaguar. And I'm too fucking high to recite it for you.
Specifically what it was
Okay, so he channeled Jonathan Davis, I guess, but fucking like,
Yeah, I
he
did.
channeled Jonathan Davis and fucking like, dude, the Jaguar just got so fucking angry and started trying to maul him and shit. And it's just fucking, that Jaguar was so fucking angry. But before the claws could fucking come down, one of the most strongest, most majestic, most proud fucking moose I've ever fucking seen in my goddamn life, that I ended up naming fucking Jimmy Carter, fucking stopped the paw and kicked that goddamn Jaguar out of fucking Devon's fucking grip. And fucking
I'm gonna
saved
be
Devon.
honest, I zoned
and fucking
out
he
like 5
goddamn
minutes
fucking
ago.
strapped himself up to our fucking car and pulled us all the way up to Washington. And when we crossed the bridge with fucking Jimmy Carter up in fucking front, and fucking Betty Boop at fucking like the fucking second in command, and fucking Carson Daly and Johnny Carson, because we had to have both Carsons because they're on at the same time. And which Carson can you ever fucking remember? And finally, my favorite one, Conan O'Brien, fucking all pulling us to Washington. And we listened to finally Mook's album Hoyoku as we crossed the bridge right into Seattle, and we cried together, holding each other in each other's arms as the two people in our seats were in the back, and the moose fucking dragged us across so we didn't have to worry about crashing, because who the fuck is gonna drive in the same lane as fucking 6 goddamn moose? That's terrifying. That's the story of how I made it to
what I'm
Washington.
getting at, So what I'm getting out of this is that when I do eventually drag you two out for a road trip, which I totally want to do because I've never done an American road trip before, be a rental car.
Yes. Yes, absolutely get a rental car. Why the fuck did I take my actual car? Right, because I wasn't old enough to actually get my own rental car. I was not 24 at the time.
Yeah,
I was
like
20. I was a year off from getting a rental car.
we'll have like
I was 23.
We'll have like Devon get the rental car, and we'll just get the insurance when anything fucks up. We'll just pay a third of the rental car fee. Just be like, yeah, let's just do it that way.
Have I ever told you about the time me and TJ got stuck in Kentucky?
No.
Were you looking for some fried chicken?
Yes, Devin, you've heard the story.
Wait, yes, actually, yeah, I have heard the story. That was specifically why they got stuck in Kentucky. Because
Like,
they thought they had to go to Kentucky for actual Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like, they were so high, they thought that was the case, and they ran out of money.
Xander! No!
To be fair, it was our first
I
year of
remember
college.
that.
I was shit posting there, dude! He just... You can't see him. This giant fucking big-eared-in toothy grin just came out of his face. Xander!
Look, man, when you're high and you want Kentucky Fried Chicken, you go to the
You
source.
don't get behind the wheel of a car when you're high, you
I
fucking
didn't drive.
diddy.
I have seizures. Don't criticize me. I blacked out.
So you had the
Yeah,
other
they
guy
didn't
who was high as a kite operate the fucking vehicle.
Yeah, and so we're
You
the other three
absolute
people who we took
fucking
with
numpty.
us.
Oh, you
The
absolute bunch of fucking
ideals
bellends.
of Satohara do not reflect the driving ideals of Insert Title Here podcast, Devon Vavio, or Technical Cake Mix.
Me and
Buckle
TJ
the
used to
fuck
hate
up.
each other when we first met each other.
Buckle the fuckle.
But you went to Kentucky to get fried chicken, like, unironically.
Yeah,
KFC kind of sucks, though, dude.
Yeah.
that's why you have to go to the source. It's better the closer you get to it. We talked about this, like with
You,
Sonic.
you know what? The fucking...
I get the feeling KFC might be the opposite of
Adam,
that, I think the closer you get, the worse it might
Do you know
get.
how the story ends?
How the story
We were
ends?
stuck in Kentucky because we ran out of money to get back.
So how'd you get back?
We never fucking got KFC in Kentucky. We ran out of money by the time we got there, and we never even got to fucking try the KFC. And by the time the paycheck cleared for one of our bros to get us back, it was 3 fucking days.
I remember that. You were gone. I was just like, where the fuck is Xander?
Because we were about to take a fucking road trip with my dad to Ohio at the time, and I just disappeared for like
So you
fucking
didn't-
days.
You didn't eat for 3 days.
Oh, we ate. But I'm not fucking proud about what we ate, dude.
What did you eat?
I'm not at fucking liberty to legally disclose that information. Just like I'm not at liberty to legally disclose what me and Devin did on my 21st birthday that may or may not involve a traffic sign.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
Oh,
yeah.
did you two get the British rite of passage?
What's the British Rite of Passage?
You have to at least once in your life, preferably close to the legal drinking age, which back home is 18, get so absolutely fucking toasted with your friends that you don't know how. You're not sure quite why, but you have, in your adventure, when you wake up in the morning in your own bed because your friends are nice and they put you to bed, you've woken up with a traffic cone.
Oh, no, we didn't have a traffic
Okay,
cone.
so I don't know if we should actually say what we had. I'll tell you later.
Okay, no. I think we can say it because first and foremost, it happened in Oklahoma. Secondly, it was over 7 years ago.
There may be a TOS
Thirdly-
violation
Thirdly-
for
baby.
incriminating yourself.
Thirdly, we no longer live in either of those states.
Its statute of limitations in Oklahoma is 3 years, so you two are
But
good.
there may be
We stole a stop sign.
a TOS
Stop
violation on
sign.
YouTube for admitting to crimes.
Dude,
So,
people admit to doing all kinds of hardcore drugs.
Okay, we
like, on
allegedly-
YouTube. Like, no one cares.
We allegedly
allegedly
were having a very bad day, and allegedly found a very allegedly looking great, beautiful, pristine, brand new stop sign, and just allegedly took it and allegedly walked down the street to the alleged house we were allegedly staying to at the time, and allegedly just kept the stop sign. And then allegedly the stop sign transferred to a different house. And then allegedly the stop sign transferred to another house. And then allegedly the stop sign transferred to the final house where it rested that has since burned down to the entire fucking ground. And not a single fucking ash of it can be found. And that's my 21st birthday. Also, I got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Hey.
I remember that day because we went to the music store. It was the first thing we did, and then your gift came in, and I gave you your gift, which was the hat. And
Hat is slang for condom.
on the way back from the music store, that's where we saw the alleged stop sign that we allegedly took and allegedly left in the home, and was a set piece for a while.
See, I never like got so drunk I nicked a traffic
But we
cone.
weren't drunk. We weren't drunk. We were still.
This is
cold
actually
sober.
when during my sobriety period where I stopped smoking weed for like 2 years too.
See, like back home is a rite of passage. Like, if you don't wake up with a traffic cone at least once, are you even?
See,
British?
our version of drinking was depression.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, for us, it's a community
Yeah,
thing.
because both of us wanted to pantomime with hand going to head that I'm not actually going to say the words of on YouTube for fear of age restriction.
He wanted to commit not a lie.
I wanted to commit Roblox.
See, for us, like, I guess, well, you've seen that. I've shown you pictures of some of the parties I went to when I was younger, like in the UK. And his first comment was, "God, every house in England looks exactly the way I'd expect it to." And the second thing was, everyone just sitting down. Yeah, everyone just sitting down, talking communally, having a drink.
Having a drink.
He's like, how much alcohol is in this
I am
picture?
a British yo.
Probably way too much. Because like, the thing is that like spirits. I mean, yeah, you do get people who drink spirits in the UK, like obviously, but like it's not really a party thing. Like everyone just brings a beer they like and off they go, or a cider. Whereas you guys over here, it's like it seems to be you hit 21 because you guys haven't had the maturity of like having alcohol around you your whole fucking lives. You just go ape shit.
Yeah.
And you see these dumbass like 20-something-year-old girls go tequila shots, and I'm like, here we go. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, more, 4 tequila, 5 tequila, 6 tequila, and floor.
He's over.
I just made it for rhyme.
He's over here
I just
criticizing
ended.
our club.
You did not make that up because that's a
He's
thing.
over here.
Shut up.
He's over here criticizing our club thoughts when fucking they're not any better overseas when they're silently in their houses beating their wives.
We do not talk about Essex.
Essex.
The county of Essex does not exist.
Like, you don't talk about Essex like I don't talk about Shawnee.
Oh, I mean, Essex. Okay, I might as well. Essex is effectively, culturally speaking. Do you remember the show Jersey Shore?
No. No, I'm gonna
think
edit
of
this whole
that.
part out. Don't talk about Jersey Shore.
So you know the song "Gangster's Paradise"? How it starts with, "As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death." Just replace death with meth, and there you go.
As I
Shawnee,
walk through the
Meth
valley of the shadow of meth, I look behind in my pockets and realize I'm a victim of theft. There was way too many syllables
Yeah,
there, but I got
yeah.
there.
You
See,
worked.
you just replace Valor in the shadow of meth or death with Valor in the shaddy of lack of taste. and
Fallow in the
suntan
shaddy.
lotion.
A vallow in the shaddy of the lack of
shaddy
taste. I show you
of
what the
the-
little valley with the lack of baste. I put a turkey on the counter and I taste a little bit of crumb. Come, please, mate.
Jesus.
To be fair,
Christ.
the way I fucked it up the pronunciation there, yeah, that's Essex. That's fucking Essex. Essex is just, oh my god, too much fake tan, a lot of blonde hair. There was a reality show back home called The Only Way Is Essex for a long time. It was effectively like a UK version of Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because the people in Jersey Shore weren't even from Jersey; they were from fucking Long Island, New York.
We had a friend named Henry, and he always used to make fun of chicks from there too.
From Essex.
I believe so. Yeah.
Dude, the Essex girl is a thing. The Essex girl is a thing. There's like a joke back home,
God.
which is very rude. It's very, very rude. And Xander's probably going to edit it out, but I'll tell it for you two. I notice I want to see your reactions. What's the difference between a washing machine and an
I
Essex
don't
girl?
like where this is going already. The views and
What's the
opinions of whatever he's about to say do not reflect the views and opinions of any of these motherfuckers sitting right here before you in front of God and anime and all that shit.
What is the difference between an Essex girl and a washing machine?
What's the difference?
A washing machine won't spit out your load.
This has been Insert Title Here podcast. Go listen to Stats O'Hara on
Don't.
Spotify and Apple Music.
Don't
and,
give us money.
the other
Don't give us
things.
attention. We
And,
don't deserve it anymore.
Don't subscribe to Technical Cake Mix for that awful joke. But do subscribe to Devon VO on Twitch. This is the ending joke. Bye.